escape velocity. Escape velocity. So far we have learned about the symbol velocity at which an object is moving. So from this word itself, escape means just escape from a particular place or run away from that place. So that is what you mean escape velocity. So in gravitation, we are having escape velocity in terms of an object is breaking the gravitational force of attraction of the earth and going into the space. Okay, just like a satellite, or we are launching a satellite, or a Chandrayaan, a spacecraft, or a spacecraft, we are a rover which we are launching in on the Mars. So they have to break the gravitational force of attraction of the earth and it go. So escape velocity means with what velocity you can break that gravitation force of the earth and you can go to other planets or other orbits. So that is what you mean by escape velocity of the earth. Okay. So if we throw a ball into air, so what is happening? Escape velocity. First, we throw a ball. It will come back in a parabolic. Again, you throw further height. Again, it falls. Again, you throw with maximum height. Then also, it will make a parabolic path, just like a projectile. You have learned projectile motion, correct? So, how much height we uses also, it will passes through a parabolic path, it will fall. So, when you launch a satellite, how we are shooting a satellite to the outer space or out of the earth. This is what we do. First, we will go for a small velocity. Then again, we increase the velocity. Then further, you increase the velocity. And it goes on increasing number of times. And at a particular point, instead of falling here, this velocity become a horizontal and it will go out of the earth orbit. So that is what we do. I think you must have watched some of that launching of Chandrayaan and all that. So first it will take one small round. It will fall down. Again second one, third one, fourth one, and they will going on shooting up. When you increase the level energy, that satellite going on rotating earth and it reaches to a particular height and it will become a straight line and shoot and it will go out of the orbit. So that is the meaning of this projectile motion. So first 1 or 2 projectile motion, then it will go, it will not come back and it will go. So that's the meaning of that first sentence what I told. If you throw a ball into air, it rises to a certain height and falls back. If you throw it with greater velocity, it will rise higher before falling down. If you throw with a sufficient velocity, it will never come back. That it will escape from the gravitational pull of the earth. So, if you are throwing something like that, okay, first orbit, second fall, third fall, and fourth fall, and then it will go. So this is the trajectory of a satellite or some rocket which is launching outside orbit of the earth. So this is how they go. First shooting, second shooting, third shooting, fourth shooting, and when you sufficient velocity we got it, instead of falling that, it will go. So this is what I explained. Okay, so with what velocity it moves out of the gravitational force of the earth, that is known as escape velocity. So what is escape velocity? The minimum velocity required for an object to go out of the earth orbit or go out of the earth gravitation pull is known as escape velocity. So you can write down what is escape velocity. It is the minimum velocity. It is the minimum velocity required It's a minimum velocity required for an object to break away or escape from the gravitational pull of the earth. From the gravitational pull of the earth is called escape velocity. Now we are going to get an expression for escape velocity. Okay, so consider, write this one. Consider the earth to be a sphere of mass m and radius r with the center O. Write this sentence. Consider earth to be a sphere of mass capital M and radius capital R with the center O. Then below that you write if small m is the mass of the body, if small m is the mass of the body, small m is the mass of the body, and V suffix E, and VE is its escape velocity. VE is its escape velocity. Then kinetic energy of the object is equal to half mve square. Then kinetic energy is equal to half mve square. Next line. For a body to escape from the earth, its potential energy its potential energy should change to equal amount of kinetic energy, to reach a distance infinity. Then you can write, thus potential energy is equal to minus Gm. You have learned the equation. Potential energy is equal to minus G capital MM by R. Minus G capital M into M by R. By conservation of energy, kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to 0. That is a constant. That means it is the loss of kinetic energy equal to gain of potential energy, or gain of loss of potential energy equal to gain of potential energy. So whenever both are equal, but one more thing is that gravitational potential energy is negative sign. I already told you why it is negative sign. So whenever we add, half mv square is equal to gmm by r. Therefore, half mv square plus minus gmm by r is going to be 0 because of that, because both are equal. So that's why we have written kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to 0. So below that you write the next line. Thus, half mv E square is equal to half mv square plus minus gmm by r is equal to 0. Then take minus gmm by r is that side. Then you will get half mv square is equal to gmm by r. From this, by cross multiplication and changing, you will get ve square is equal to 2gmm by m into r. Then small m get cancelled. Small m get cancelled. Just exchanging, no? Exchanging and cross multiplying. That's it. Small m in both the sides will get cancelled, and you are remaining with ve square is equal to 2gm by r. Therefore, escape velocity is equal to square root of 2gm by r, and we have small g is equal to gm by r square, or root of g. Root of g is equal to square root of gm square root of gm by r square. So first equation is v is equal to square root of 2 gm by r. That you put it in the bracket. That is one equation, and we can write this one. You just put in box. So one equation for finding escape velocity is equal to square root of 2 gm divided by r. Now, why we are doing now? We can get this same equation in terms of small g into r. For that only, we are writing the next step. That is, we have g is equal to square root of gm by r square. Therefore, square root of g is equal to square root of gm by r square. And we can substitute here. But when you substitute here, what happened here? Only one r is here. So what we do? You multiply and divide with one more r. So you can write sideways. You can write equation g is equal to square root of gm by r square, or square root of gm by r. That is also is equal to gm r by . So if you want to get here only one r, that means you have to multiply, cross multiply with 1 r by r inside. Then only we can solve it. Then what you get? You will get 2 gm by r divided by small r. One minute. Just write like that. Square root of 2 gmr by r square. Then instead of this gm by r square, you can write square root of 2gr. So you will get this last equation. V is equal to square root of 2gr. I repeat once again, you got V is equal to 2gm by r. Then V is equal to square root of 2gm by r. Now you want to substitute this g. You have to get this equation, square root of gm by r square. That is not there here. Therefore, what we do? Inside the square root itself, you will cross multiply. To say you multiply and divide with r. Then you will get on the numerator 2gmr, and the denominator you will get r square. Okay. Then we will put together gm by this r square together. There you will get g. Therefore, escape velocity, you are going to get another equation is ve is equal to square root of 2 into small g capital R. So it become more simplified. If you want to find out the escape velocity of an object, you can find out 2 into 9.8 into what is the radius. So that is the either this equation, square root of 2gm by r or square root of 2gr. Any equation we can find out. So that you will get escape velocity. Children, anything regarding this? Any doubt? Okay, so you told how I got 2gr, no? Small 2gr. Okay, shall we got the next one? So next, orbital velocity. So this is to escape an object from the surface of the earth, and by breaking the gravitational pull. Another orbital velocity. Orbital velocity means with what velocity a satellite or anything can round around the earth. So that is known as orbital velocity. Once you find out the orbital velocity, you can find out the speed of an object which is revolving around the earth. Especially this is applicable in the case of satellites. So how can you find out the speed of a satellite which is rotating around the earth? So for that we call it as a orbital velocity. The next heading you can write orbital velocity. And before I go to orbital velocity, I would like to share with you what is the reason for this escape velocity. Why escape velocity is important. So this is consequence of this escape velocity is the reason for the moon has no atmosphere. This is a consequence of the moon has no atmosphere. Why? The reason is that the velocity of a substance, velocity of a particle is temperature dependent. It is temperature dependent. So what will happen to the gas molecules on the space and all? If the temperature increases, what happens? These gas molecules will be escaped from the surface of the earth. That means the moon has less gravitational force. The moon's gravity is only 1.67 meter per second square. So 1 second square, it has only 1.67. So majority gas particles in the atmosphere, the cloud, everything. So cloud is made up of dust particles and the water vapor, as well as the gases, different gases. So what happened to the cloud around the moon? The reason is that the moon has very less acceleration to pull that particles towards the thing. So the earth escape velocity is, if you talk about it, it is stronger than the moon. Moon has very less escape velocity only required. The reason is because of the acceleration due to gravity is 1.6. So majority gas particles, when the temperature increases, when the sunlight falls on the moon, these particles get heated. Once it gets heated, what happens? They reduces the density. Once density reduces, what happens? The gas particles and the cloud become lighter, less light, or it's not much heavy at all. So it will just fly away, or it will just move out of the moon's gravitational pull. So this is the reason for the moon has no atmosphere. Got it? So this is the consequence of escape velocity. And for Earth, escape velocity is, for Earth, escape velocity is 11.2 kilometer per second. In 1 second, any particle should have this much distance should be traveled, 11.2 kilometer. So gas particle will not move this much, 11.2 kilometer per second. So this much velocity any object achieve, they can escape from the surface of the earth. So when you launch the satellite, when you launch the rockets, we are giving the energy more than to overcome the escape velocity. That is what we are able to launch the satellites. And in moon escape velocity, is very less, 2.4 kilometer per second. So 2 kilometer is enough for the gas particles to go out of the space of moon. So this is one reasoning question, why the moon has no atmosphere. So one point is that as we compare with the Earth escape velocity, moon's escape velocity is less. Second point, on moon surface, temperature is high as we compare to Earth. On moon surface, temperature is high as we compared with the Earth. So these are the main reason for majority of the planets doesn't have atmosphere. And as we compare with all the planets, the Mars has some Mars escape velocity may be little more less than Earth. So that is why they are finding the possibility of life on Mars. Okay. So it is understood that the Mars has around 38% of Earth gravity. But moon is 1/6 only. So that's why they are finding the way to live on Mars. Clear? So this is the reason, one reason for moon has no atmosphere. Escape velocity is very less. Second one, the temperature is very high on the surface of the moon as we compared with the Earth. Okay. So whenever temperature increases, the gas particles get heated and they start moving above the surface of the Earth. Clear? Yes. So now we are moving on to the next one, orbital velocity. So before we go to because orbital velocity is related to satellites. So just first we learn what do you mean by satellites? Then we go back to that. So we already know what is satellite, correct? I don't have to discuss with you. So satellite is a body which continuously revolves on it or around a larger body in a stable orbit. We have two types of satellites, natural satellites and artificial satellite. This and all you know. So natural satellite means it's created by nature. It is formed by nature from the beginning of the universe. An artificial satellite is the man-made satellites, and we have a 100 and more than 104 satellites. Okay, and world's first satellite was Sputnik 1. So the first satellite was more or less look like this, Sputnik 1. Clear? Then our we India has more than 104 satellites, nano satellites and macro satellites are there. Nano satellites and macro satellites. Nano means small, which is used to just find out the area, climate condition, rainfall, to find out the amount of the what you call for paddy fields, this kind of thing. So nano satellites are used like that. Mainly in India has two types of satellites. One is geostationary and polar. Geostationary and polar. Geostationary satellites and polar satellites. Geostationary satellites mainly used for weather forecasting. We will learn little more detail later. And polar satellites mainly used for, as I said, rainfall, then dried lands, the amount of desert area on the top of the earth, like that. Clear? So, like that only. 10, 15. So, 1 second, children. Let me check the time. Okay, so that's about it. Now, I am not going to orbiter velocity because we may not complete. So I am just moving on to satellites. Orbiter velocity we will learn next time. Now, what is the meaning of launching of satellites now? So this is the principle of launching a satellite. What we do, just like I explained to you regarding escape velocity, shooting up first one orbit, then second orbit and third orbit. So principle for launching a satellite: consider a high tower with its top projecting outside the earth atmosphere. Throw a body horizontally from the top of the tower with the different velocities. As we increase the velocity of horizontal projection, the body will hit the ground at a point farther and farther from the foot of the tower. A certain velocity, the body will not hit the ground, but always be in a state of free fall under the influence of the gravity. Then the body will follow a stable circular orbit, and that circular orbit, it started rotating. Clear? So this is the same thing I just showed you regarding how we are launching the satellites, and same thing. First orbit, second orbit, third orbit, and we shoot the satellites with different velocities, and you attain that escape velocity. Once we attain the escape velocity, it will be launched in a stable orbit, and it starts rotating in that stable orbit around the earth, other planets. Okay, and with what velocity it is orbiting, that is known as orbital velocity. So we can just come to the first definition of orbital velocity. Orbital velocity is the velocity required put the satellite into its orbit around the earth. Orbital velocity is the velocity required to put the satellite into its orbit around the earth. So this is what I have showed you. I have drawn it, how these are attaining escape velocity and going out of it, and slowly it will attain a stable orbit, and the satellite will be rotating in that stable orbit. I think we are able to complete. Okay, we can complete, I think. You can just write orbital velocity. We will able to complete. So just write. Consider a satellite of mass m. Consider a satellite of mass m, small m. Consider a satellite of small mass m moving around a planet. Moving around a planet of mass capital M. Moving around a planet of capital M in an orbit of radius capital R. Sorry, orbital radius. Yes. Orbital radius is small r. Orbital radius small r. And radius of the, that's enough, small r is enough. Then write down the required centripetal force. The required centripetal force to move in the circular orbit. The required centripetal force to move in the circular orbit provided by gravitational attraction between earth and the object. Between the earth and the object. Between the earth and object. Thus, in the case of earth and satellite, you can write the first step, force of gravity on satellite. So we are using capital R in terms of earth. Okay. Otherwise, we take it as small r. Suppose you consider another object. Okay. But in the case of earth, we can write it capital R. So force of gravity on satellite, because satellite is the above surface of height. So G/mm by capital R plus h square. Then that is equation 1. Then write the second one, centripetal force. Equation 2, that is mv square by r, or centripetal force equation. mv square, so since it's an orbital velocity, we use the letter VO, so that you will come to know. Escape, we used VE, here we use VO. So mVO square divided by R plus H, because we have centripetal forces mv square by R. That is a standard equation we have learned. So that is the one. In equilibrium, centripetal force provided by the gravitational pull. In equilibrium position, centripetal force is provided by the gravitational pull of the earth. And then equate by equating equation 1 and 2. By equating equation 1 and 2, you write mv0 square by r plus h is equal to G/mm by r plus h square. After that, keep v0 square and just do the remaining thing. v0 square is equal to G/mm into r plus h divided by cross multiplication.